Okay, so a little bit of an urgent release here in terms of a video. This is going to basically be talking about how a whole bunch of YouTubers at the moment are being hacked, losing their accounts. What's happening is they're downloading a file from what looks like quite a legit sponsor offer, and they're coming from companies that obviously usually do send sponsorship offers to YouTubers such as myself. And I'll give you an example here. Paul Hibbett here from Hibbett Home Tech talks about it, 219k subscribers. He fell for this and they stole his YouTube channel. And there's a massive problem with this because what happens is once they get your channel, they make it incredibly difficult to get it back. They change all your details. Essentially, they do this to scam other people using your platform to try and steal from your subscribers, etc. And they do it by changing your channel to like Tesla or some other popular company. Then they use a deep-faked, chopped-up version of a video, a live stream of Elon Musk or somebody like that. And they say, oh, you can double your Bitcoin by giving me 1 Bitcoin and I'll give you 2 back, because that's definitely something Elon Musk would be doing, or anybody, ever. But as you can see, this actually plays into something we've been talking about on the channel a little bit. Fantastic. The developers, or maybe not the developers, of the day before, the most wishlisted game on Steam. So they, obviously it's not them, it's somebody pretending to be them, contacted him. Oh, do you want to do a promo for our really legit game? Should have known it wasn't legit because the game doesn't exist anyway. But obviously they send you this link. Now I'm going to talk about this from my perspective because I just glanced over this email when it came through on my phone and I didn't even see the download links. But this is probably, other than one other scam that's going on that I'll talk about in this as well, just to warn people and give people an insight onto what's going on in the whole YouTubers getting scammed space, it's probably the most convincing one other than that. So this, as you can see, my name's Helen. I'm an advertising manager at Blackmagic Design, and we're looking for creators from different countries who are willing to promote our product. Your YouTube channel is interested in our company. It would be great if you could do a paid integration. DaVinci Resolve is the world's only solution that combines editing, color correction, visual, blah, blah, blah. I'm not doing an ad read for them for free. It's elegant, great, fantastic. You may have heard of our video editing software, DaVinci Resolve, or even used it before. If this offer sounds interesting to you, just reply to this email and I will get back to you with details. We're looking for high quality review of at least 60 seconds pre-roll. The price will vary depending on the type of advertisement. I just replied and said, what's the offer? Straight to the point. It's actually, weirdly, very rare I even reply to sponsorship emails nowadays. I've not done a sponsorship on either of my channels in like 4 months or something like that. I just don't reply to emails. So it's actually interesting that I replied to this one. I don't know what made me do it. Maybe because YouTube ad revenue recently has not been amazing and I've been considering doing some sponsors. So far, this email looks legit. There's just one problem, and that is, if you're a YouTuber, you'll know almost never does the actual company who makes the product contact you. Almost never. Maybe for people who are really, really big, but it's almost always a marketing company on behalf of the on behalf of the product. That they've got a deal with the company, will bring you in X amount of views for Y amount of dollars, and then they go find people and then they take a big cut of the marketing budget. I don't know who Blackmagic Design is. I assume that's the company that make DaVinci Resolve. Not a clue. So that didn't really stand out to me. But other than that, it looks legit. It looks completely legit. The problem is that then they give it away. Again, as a YouTuber, I can count on one finger the amount of times a company has offered me money to promote their product. They almost always ask you what your rate will be. They don't give you a number. So as soon as I read that they're going to offer me $6,500, I was like, this is a scam, because never do they do that. I've had one company, it was MapleStory, I remember, because it stood out to me so much about 6 months ago. MapleStory was like, we will give you this amount of money. And I was like, okay. let's do that. Usually they ask you because they want you to lowball, because most YouTubers don't know what their audience is worth in terms of doing a sponsored spot. Most people have been, cooked a little bit into thinking that they're only worth X amount of money when they could be charging probably double that, because it's that valuable. So glad to hear that you're interested. They even knew my name, by the way, which is only information that, it's not in my email or anything. I didn't reply with it. So whoever this person is that's doing this has gone to the point of they've found my name going through my YouTube profile, which it's in my channel about section. But you'd have to, that's a touch that even legit marketing companies don't do. So it's a little bit more convincing. Glad to hear you're interested. I'll give you all the details. You should tell viewers about DaVinci Resolve, blah, blah, blah. There's a archive with a contract which contains all necessary information. Do you have a price list? We can offer you $6,500. Again, that's a big red flag. If you aren't satisfied with the price, write me. Another massive red flag. What's your preferred method of payment? Again, they're never this horny to pay you, ever. Usually you're waiting 30 to 60 days, and usually you've got to chase them up as well. They're never this horny to give you any money. And this next part was like the biggest red flag in the world. I'll transfer you 50% of the advance to your details. Never happened. Only when I've worked with indie game developers where they're just like, oh, we trust you, and they pay me up front. Or I've been like, that it's fair if you just pay me 50% and I'll do the video, and then you can pay me 50% after if you're comfortable with that. But most of the time, if it's a professional company, you're getting paid after the fact. Again, because it's a marketing firm and they don't even have the money yet. They get paid once the campaign ends, and then they, keep the money for 30 days and then transfer it to you. They don't even have the money most of the time. Be sure to read all the materials in the media kit. That's where they get you. As well as the instructions for downloading and unzipping the archive so we can steal your account. The instructions will help you in case you don't understand something. Install the archive on your Windows computer, unpack the archive using WinRAR. Password for the archive is the promo. Sign the contract and send it to me. It doesn't take long. So they're getting you with the FOMO here. I will just say $6,500. Some people are going to go like, oh, that's a crazy sum of money. It's not. Like, if I was going to do a Raid Shadow Legends sponsor spot on my main channel, it's probably about what what I could get them to pay me. I've had $5,000 mobile game sponsorships before, and that was like 4 or 5 months ago when I wasn't getting as many views on the main channel. So I'm not saying that to brag or anything. I'm just letting you know. Sponsorship spots usually are the vast majority of your revenue if you do take them on a sizable channel. So they're throwing out a number which sounds realistic. So they've done their research in terms of looking at, what a channel of my size would typically charge. This is somebody who knows what the fuck they're doing in terms of scamming people, and that's why they're getting people with it. If you don't know, people who are even scam exposers like Jim Browning and things like that have been done by things like this because they're getting more and more legit. It's called spear phishing, right? Usually phishing with a PH is what people will do, where they just mass send out emails and hope that some people click them. Spear phishing is targeted phishing attempts where they know about you, they know about your industry, they know your details, they know personal information about you, and that's how they get you, because they're literally sat there working out ways to get you as an individual, which is vastly more effective, of course. This works in all industries, cybersecurity specifically as well. This definitely works in, and they're people who should know better. So the other scam that's going around with this, and then we'll get into exactly what they do to your account when they get in, because it's actually really bad, because you're going to think, oh, you've got two-factor, like most YouTubers, probably all YouTubers have at this stage. You've got two-factor authenticator, right? Surely they can't do anything. It bypasses two-factor. They change everything, and you're fucked. If YouTube don't reinstate your account, and obviously a lot of people are going to unsub from your channel, maybe they're going to delete videos, it's going to be a real bad headache. So that's why you see this happening so much, and two-factor makes no difference. So the other scam that I've been seeing, which I posted about on Twitter at some point, I think, very recently, that was the most legit one I've ever seen. They sent me a PDF for a legal threat, which you're going to think, oh, man, That's crazy. You must not get loads of those. Unfortunately, not the case. People do threaten me legally sometimes. So this PDF came through, and obviously for most people, this is the fear that's hitting you straight away, right? You're like, oh my God, a law firm's sending me a copy. It was a copyright takedown notice, and it came through. It was signed by a law firm. Immediately Googled a law firm. It's legit. It was actually through on DocuSign, which is obviously, or was it DocuSign or it was one of the others? Basically, it was one of the, you know, it might have been Adobe or whatever that sends you like, oh, here's a link for a document that somebody sent to you. You need to sign it and return it. Within that link, because obviously that bypassed all forms of spam filters and etc., because it's a legit website. You're getting emails from Adobe all the time, and it's obviously not going to get filtered. Within that DocuSign link, when you click on it, which says that it's a copyright notice, which you're definitely going to pay attention to as a YouTuber, because copyright is the boogeyman that could get your channel deleted completely and ruin your career. You click on that, you go to it. It's a document requesting your signature, and within it, it says, which looks like a perfectly valid note from a lawyer, you know, we found this video on your channel, links to a video, has our copyright material. We're going to take you to court if you don't take down this video and respond to this. Please sign that we know, so that we know that you've got this. And this is the document basically that you need to look through before you sign. You click that document, it's downloading a virus, and you're getting fucking wrecked. So it wouldn't surprise me if these are the same people doing it, right? Because they're going after the two things that obviously are really big for YouTubers: your money and the fear of your channel getting deleted. So you definitely need to be watching out for this. People should be, obviously don't share my video if you don't want to, but this is definitely information people need to know, because this is going around now, these two methods, and they're definitely going to keep getting people if they're not made aware of it. Because for a lot of people, if some company says, oh, we're going to offer you this big sum of money to do this thing, they're going to click it, and then they're going to lose their account, and it's going to be real bad. So there you go. Thought I'd talk about it. Thanks for watching as always. See you next time. Peace out.